It's time for a reading. So we've already shuffled them, so I'll break them into the three groups. So we have past, present, and possibilities that we may need to look at and work on in order to move forward. So here we go. We'll start with the past. Responsibility. Joy is unlimited. It is only used through your choices that limits how much joy you are willing to experience. Okay, this is something that we've all had to learn, but this lesson is that we have discovered that we are responsible for the limitations that we put on ourselves. And when this happens, we then put limits on what will, on how we relate to others. We put limits on how others can relate to us. But we have always had that trained into us that we teach others how we should be loved or how we want to be loved, but we're trained to think that we are limited, that we are only allowed a limited amount of joy, that we are only allowed a limited amount of money. But the responsibility is actually ours to understand that through our choices, unconscious or conscious, we actually limit how much joy we are willing to experience. So this is the lesson we've learned, and this is a lesson that we can take into the present to change that relationship with joy, with not with just joy, but with abundance overall, and our abilities to manifest. So by understanding that joy is unlimited, we then learn that everything else is unlimited, that we are responsible for our own limits, and that we can change those limits by becoming more open and aware of these possibilities. So that's the lessons we've learnt from the past. The lesson we've learnt from the past. It doesn't have to be recent, too distant past. It could be just a recent lesson, but it is a lesson that we've had to learn. Now let's see what is happening now. Okay, strength. If someone is angry with you, know that something about you is inciting their vulnerability. Know this and you will lose the desire to retaliate. So this is the lesson we're going through now, that we're learning that when another person is angry with us, or even if we're angry with someone else, it is because there is something within them that brings about a vulnerability, a feeling of vulnerability. And that is because we seem to think that they have something, or they seem to think that we have something that we cannot have ourselves, or that we lack. But when we realize this and take the steps to step back, take the time to step back and really look at it, all that they have, or all that we have, that they are, that we are getting angry about, or they're getting angry about us, this thing, this that's inciting their vulnerability, all it is that we have a different, unique aspect of the same thing, but we haven't until this point realized it. Do you understand that? Say someone has something that we would like, and we get angry because we can't have it, say something personal. What the actual thing is that we need to look at is that we do have the same thing, only it is uniquely ours. It is just that we cannot see it in the same light as what we can see it in their circumstance. So the smile, say it's a smile, they've got a beautiful smile, or they've got an energy, no, a better way, an energy about them that attracts other people or helps other people heal. That is the uniquely theirs, but when we step back and look at it from our perspective, we can see, or should be able to see, or eventually learn that we have a unique aspect of the same energy type thing as what they do. Do you hear that? So therefore, when we can look at it from that aspect, we do not need to retaliate, or they do not need to retaliate, because we know this about ourselves. Very cool, and very cool lesson that not many people actually can grasp that, but it is something that is as plain as the nose on our face. Very cool. So what are the possibilities? What are the things we have to look at maybe soon? Okay, confusion. Okay, hold your head up high and know you are a divine creation. You will not see the joy around you looking at your feet. All right. This is a self-worth issue. This is something we have to look at, and it goes with the joy and the strength. When you think about it and break it down, simply break it down, this is saying that we're looking down at our feet because we don't feel worthy, because we don't realize that we are a divine creation, that we are worthy to hold our head up high and know that we are worthy of our place. And this is because of these vulnerabilities and feeling that people are angry with us because we've done something wrong. When we haven't done something wrong, we have just got a unique difference that people see in us that we don't see in ourselves, and that we have always limited our joy and our connection with the light, the love, the abundance because of this worthiness. So this is the thing that we need to look at. You need to look deep within yourself and say, okay, I am worthy because I am uniquely me. I have everything that everybody else has, only it is a unique connection to myself. It is a unique strain of the same thing that everybody else is, and nobody can do it better than me from my uniqueness. People can do it, but can only do the best they can from their own unique way of looking at the world. So release the confusion and look up and live within your heart and live within that truth of your uniqueness, and knowing that the joy around you is actually in you. It comes from within you, and everything about you is unique and strong and worthy of the place on this planet, and your life is worth every second, every step you take. Thanks for listening. Take care.